Hello, hello, everybody. Hope you all are well. Streaming from another device. It's not the best one, but I did want to keep my promise that I would jump back on and try to chat with you guys for a little while. So I decided we could chop it up, talk about some things, talk about life, talk about men, talk about whatever. So, how are you all doing tonight? What's up, baby? What's up? What is going on tonight in your town? How many of you are going out tonight? How many of you are engaging in some fabulous plans, going out in the city tonight, bar hopping, clubs, last minute functions? It's kind of late for a function, I guess, but somebody might be having a late birthday bash. So I don't have any plans. I rarely go out on the weekends. So I'm here at the house. Hi, KB. How are you? I'm well. Thank you. I'm just here chilling, having me a little toddy, and decided to come back on. As I told you all, please excuse that earlier live. The wind was blowing. I was outside on the patio and it was gusty. I did not know the wind was going to be that high. The temperature is about 70 now, and I think it might be raining a little bit, but rain is in the forecast, is what a neighbor told me. But anyway, what's going on? Let's talk. Let's chop it up. What you know good? What do you know good? Linda, hello, darling. How are you? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Let me tell you about some movies I've watched recently. Because mostly, I'm a night owl. That's why I've got all these beautiful wrinkles under my eyes. Trying to hydrate with a lot of water these days because I'm not getting enough adequate sleep. Um, Spotlight. Spotlight is a very good movie. I watched it the other day, and it is about the cover up in the Catholic Church in Boston, Massachusetts. And it shows this newspaper that were working on the story. They worked on the story to get information about a cover up of child abuse by the priest. Very good movie, several years old. Check it out, Spotlight. And also, I found another documentary about a nun in Ohio who was unalived in a church chapel or hospital chapel. She worked for a hospital. She had some very good credentials that I think a lot of people didn't know. They maybe thought she was just a nun, but she had some really good credentials. She was a nurse. She was an elderly woman, about 70 plus, and she was unalived. It was believed to be sexual assault. And I really couldn't understand how it took so many years for this crime to be solved. But long story short, another priest was arrested, charged, and found guilty of her homicide. He is now deceased. Gerald Robinson was his name. And one of the high priests, he has some few things named after him in, I believe it's Toledo, Ohio. Streets, he has a street named after him, Monsignor, such and such. And one of the relatives feels like his name, shouldn't be on the street because he was over the diocese at the time, and obviously he covered up the crime. It was said that during interrogation, he came in, stopped the interrogation, walked out with Gerald Robinson, the priest, and no charges were ever brought forward in 1980. So I fought the church, and I also fought the police department because the police department, you're the ones investigating. No one should go above your investigation. Nobody. The church, the president, the mayor, governor, it doesn't matter. You're being investigated. It needs to follow through. But this is something we have seen in our time and the way people think. And that's what I think bothers me. And I know we're all flawed. We're all going to have different opinions about things. But there's just no way I'm going to stop investigating a crime of a nun or any crime for that matter. Knowing that there was nobody coming and going out of this area where she was, no one had broken in this area. No one else was seen, such as a janitor, electrician, plumber. Why didn't you all follow through with investigating the crime? You had to have known that either a nun or a priest unalive this nun. And yet the Monsignor walks in the investigation and puts a stop to it, and nothing was done after that. Took many moons later for Gerald Robinson to come to accountability for this elderly woman. And even the photograph that you'll see in the photo still shows her lying on her back with her underwear at her ankles. I don't think another nun did that. It looks like a male crime to me. And if you had done adequate swabbing of her, you should have had DNA preserved to link it to Gerald Robinson. Because I could have sworn they said in that documentary that she had DNA under her nails, but that it wasn't him, if I'm not mistaken. I thought, well, how's that possible? I'll have to listen to that again. But it's a very weird crime. But it just shows me that we live in a world where people will cover up crimes, people will go along with crimes, and the police department, you're supposed to be fighting crime. So why would you go along with the cover-up of a murder of a nun? Make it make sense. The church, to me, does not have any hierarchy, because what some people say is, well, what's the difference between the Catholic Church versus a Methodist church or a Baptist church? Hello, Charlene, how are you? What's the difference? Why are you giving rank over a Catholic church versus another church or a Jewish, synagogue or whatever? What's the difference? But a lot of people view the Catholic Church very high, as they were saying in the commentary. Some people view the priest as like he's God. He's the next best thing to God. But we have learned that these priests, some of them, were not to be trusted with our children, and even women and men. And as one guy said in the documentary, in the movie Spotlight, they can be dual offenders. Priests, they could molest boys and girls. Exactly. Very interesting. I'm thinking I shared it to my community channel, the documentary about the nun. If I didn't, I'll share it with you all when I get off this live, so you can check it out. It's very good. And they interview her nephew, and I think you'll enjoy it. You'll see the mindset of man, how men, women pick and choose what is important and what is not important. And obviously the life of a nun was not important in 1980. She was nobody. And even today, we still have people with that mindset. You have people who are rally behind people, knowing there's something ain't right, knowing there's a possibility they committed a crime, but they say, well, I'm going to support them anyway. And just like these cases we're talking about here on the network with David, there are going to be people who believe he didn't commit this crime with Celeste. He may get a bond that he can actually afford, may not get a bond. I'm not really sure. But when you're talking about children, I wouldn't give him a bond. The courts also is about making money. I always remember that. The bondsman needs to make money. The courts need to make money. The courts can't stay open without you committing crimes. So at one hand, they're telling you to don't do wrong. Don't do anything to your neighbor. Don't wild out. They also need your money to keep the courts running, to keep the machines copying paper. He may have the money for a high bond. It'll probably be about $2 million. I won't doubt it. He'll probably pay it so he can be free. But his money is dwindling down because Interscope has now took him off of their page. And I won't doubt they'll probably be cutting his contract. But then if they're greedy, hello, Danielle, they'll still work with him and collect. So ladies, how many of you ladies are married out there in the chats? I've got KB, Shirley, Linda, Danielle. How many of you are married? As most of you know, the Queen's not married, not dating. I don't have anything great going on. I ain't got nothing going on. I ain't got nothing going on. Wish I did. Oh, KB's married. Congratulations. Why, Danielle? Why? Why not? You're a young lady. Why not? That don't sound good. You don't want to be married. Why not? Tell me why. Tell me why not. Well, I don't have anything exciting to tell you all. Usually, I always have some type of weird, wacky story to tell you all about my love life. It's null and void at the moment. I haven't kept any company. I haven't been talking to any men. I haven't been on the date site. I took my profile down about a month or so ago. I'm just living. All I'm doing is waking up and just living. 50-50 chance of divorce. Okay. But you got to go into it positive, honey. But hell, you keep watching all this true crime, you probably don't want to be with nobody, marry nobody, hell, even date somebody. You keep watching these true crime channels. Oh, Linda. Okay. 45 years, 2019. Okay. My condolences to you. I'm all about a committed relationship and a ceremony or whatever. I'm confused. You want a relationship, a ceremony, or whatever, and a ring. What are you talking about? Linda says he was my everything. People don't seem to value marriage anymore. Well, let me tell you something that, my memory's getting bad. Elizabeth Taylor once said, this woman was married at least 8 times. I wouldn't date a man that I couldn't marry. That makes a lot of sense. Because depending on your goals, if you're wanting to have a husband one day, naturally, you're not supposed to look at every guy as a potential husband because you got to get to know him first. But if you're just dating around, which is what you're supposed to do, which, they don't think of it like that for women. They make us out to be like a whore. See, we do it. But you don't necessarily have to sleep with a guy just because you're dating him or going out for fun, bowling, whatsoever. Okay, so you want someone that has the potential to be a husband. That's the point. Because if you date a guy that you see the signs that all he wants to do is just hook up, want somebody to spend money on him, he's fly by night, he only comes around when he wants something, he only comes around when he just wants sex, he might be the type to take you out, but he don't want a commitment. That's not a guy you would want as your husband, okay? What are you talking about separately? Hold on. I want to keep everything separate financially. You can do that. You just have to get with your husband on that. I feel like you aren't legally obligated to stay together, but you are together anyway. That says more. Okay. So you don't want a husband. You just want a committed relationship without the marriage. I'm confused because you said you wanted a ring. Linda says we were a team. Well, see, Linda's giving us positive affirmations in the chat about relationships and marriage. Thank you, Linda. Well, I can't get the man, so I can't even think of the road of marriage at this point. I don't even care about the ring. Okay. So you just want a committed relationship. Okay. Well, we let's live in a time that's so different, and we have so much temptation now because of social media. We want to keep it real. Men don't have to go out and look for a man. Excuse me. Oh my God. Men don't, well, that too. Men don't have to go out and look for a man or a woman, nor does a woman have to go out and look for a partner. Because you can scroll social media, just like you're in a catalog, Sears catalog, and just scroll the catalog. Oh, I like those shoes. Oh, I like those earrings. And then fill out the order form. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what social media is like now. People are using it as a way to date, pick up, con, manipulate. That's just what people are doing. Linda says he older. Okay. I've been married and divorced, but after my divorce, I wanted to take a year to heal and also work on myself. It helped me so much. My abs hurt. Girl, you're a fool. But you understand what I'm saying. You know, Queen slips up, girl. You know my brain, girl. It's nighttime. Uh, this is Queen's time where she relaxes. Okay, and don't really be focused on really what the hell I'm saying. But anyway, you know how social media is. When you hear stories about how people have met, that is what you hear. Oh, I met him online, Facebook, date sites, so on and so forth. And I hate when people, because I have to say this, I hate when people say, oh, don't do that, don't go online, don't. People are people. You got to understand when there was no date site, when there was no Facebook, people were still robbing, stealing, manipulating, conning, lying, cheating. That hasn't changed. You hear more about it because of social media. People have a platform to vent, to put people on blast, to air people's dirty laundries. Okay? So that's all. So a place to vent, cry, moan, tell what this guy didn't do. Because I'm also a part of a group here in Knoxville that you can post a man's picture and wait for feedback. And oh, it's interesting. Even the white women have stories to tell. Okay? Even the white women have stories. Do you know this fella? He's a liar. He's a cheater. He did this. He did this. Honey, I get notifications and I just be rolling because it just shows you that we just have dogs in every race. Height, weight doesn't matter. This is the new way of living, communicating. It's through social media. People meet people through social media. It's just the way it is. And I don't want to say that it's not the right way to meet people because it is what it is. You can't say everybody's evil that's on Facebook, YouTube. Come on. But yes, there are people using it for nefarious purposes to commit fraud, murder, sexual assault. I have put a dude on blast on there. Ha ha ha. Well, that's what I'm saying. But also, you have to be careful about that as well. Because you go on your Facebook page, IG, you call somebody's government name out, you start telling all your dirty laundry, you should know there'll be retribution. I've done it here. I've not told you the person's name. I think I showed you a picture briefly. That could cause me trouble. You understand what I'm saying? Even on his work site, yes, I did put up something about him. Because I think people need to know what type of person he is. Because my thing is, if you lie about one thing, you'll lie about another. And you can't truthfully be a decent human being if all you do is tell lies. You're not somebody I would want to work with as far as doing business with. Because when you get accustomed to lying, that lies, they're going to spill over to other aspects of your life, which is your work. So if you're lying on your personal time, you're lying to women you meet. That means you'll start lying to your family. You'll start lying to your coworkers. You'll start lying to your boss. There ain't no difference. I keep getting knocked off on. I guess I need to restart my phone and see if that works. Oh, okay. Is it where you are? Because the weather here is kind of rough. That's the thing women need to understand, men as well. A liar is a liar. And you can't trust a liar. Okay? I always tell people, at least with a thief, you know he or she's a thief. You got to deal with them. But a liar can lie for years and you never know that they're a liar. There are many people walking around here right now upholding people, thinking they're great human beings, as you always see when you watch true crime. Oh, she would do that. He would never do that. You got to prove to me he murdered his wife. Well, that's the state's job, not your job. But I get it. You like him, so you don't believe your friend would murder somebody. You see where I'm going? So, point taken. You don't know that person to be what they're being accused of, then you're going to uphold them. Well, I don't know him to be a liar. I don't know her to be a liar. That's my friend. I was noticing something tonight when I was watching true crime. That's all that stays on the TV, sadly. Oh, Law and Crime has a story running right now where a white woman is being accused of unaliving another white woman 14 years ago at an open house. I don't know what the hell that was about. What's weird is the defendant's mother is testifying how she's a great person, nice person, and then a childhood friend gets up there and testify how she's a great person, nice person. And the first thing I'm thinking is, if you are not really friends with her now, you can't speak about who she is 14 years ago or whenever. Because if you weren't hanging around her, how are you going to tell me she's a great person? When you're 10 and 12, you change by 18, you change by 30. So you can't tell me, oh, she's a great person. She would never do that. How well do you know her? And even if you were friends with her currently, that does not mean you know her. I want to tell you what I think about that case. I think that woman had some type of jealousy for this other blonde haired lady. It was something. Either her husband was messing around with that lady, or they were competing in jobs because they were in the real estate business. It was something. Because you just don't walk up one day, a happy person, and go into an open house and unalive a person, shoot them in the face, the chest, and then walk out, stand at your car, talk on the phone, and then speed off. And I still can't believe that crime went unsolved without an arrest for 14 years. That's very bizarre to me. You have eyewitnesses to say, yeah, I saw that lady come out the house. She stood outside her car. Well, you didn't see nobody else coming and going. What took you so long to arrest her? You know, true crime is weird to me because every time I listen to these stories, I'm sitting here wondering why it was a cold case. You understand? And I really don't want to talk about that during this live stream, but just giving you, for instance, of you don't know people. 2 ex-wives, about 180 ex-girlfriends, and a few side pieces. Yes, good looks and a swag might get you in the door. Ah, Charlene, you're a mess. Well, last week I was watching a story about this lady in New York. She was a reporter, nice looking, dark haired lady. She got tangled up with this doctor that lived overseas. Long story short, he was a fraud. He was doing surgeries that he was not, had certification. He made her think they were going to get married. He told her that the Pope was going to officiate, all this bullshit. And I always tell people, if you want to know if something sounds right, ask an outsider. Tell an outsider what somebody told you, and then their reactions, such as, right now, if I told you all that I'm getting ready to get married, and the Pope is going to be officiating, would you believe me? I'm not trying to make jokes, but it don't even sound real. So she started digging, finding out the Pope was somewhere else, going to be somewhere else on the day that she's supposed to get married. Start digging, and realize, I think he's lying to me. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Her friends had bought tickets to fly over there. I believe it was Italy, Rome, somewhere. Repeat the story to your friend, your good friend, somebody with some sense. Have you seen that? Okay. I think it was on 2020. 2020 or 48 hours. Tell the story to your friend. So I always say role play. Girl, I can't believe it. We're going to get married. Oh my gosh. Have you all chose a place? Yes. We're going to get married in Rome. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Yes, girl, get your tickets, honey. Tell everybody to get their tickets. This is the date. He's booked such and such place, blah, blah, blah. Okay, who's officiating? The Pope. Who? The Pope. The Pope. Yes, the Pope. The Pope is officiating my marriage. I'm not trying to laugh, but when I watched that documentary, I think I'd seen it before. The first thing I said was, you should have double checked that. And eventually she did. and the Pope was not officiating her marriage. But this is what happens when you fall for a person. You get wrapped up in their versions, their stories. He was married, had children, and you should know she took the money that she's supposed to do for the honeymoon and all that. She flew her tail right on over there and walked right up on him. Didn't say a word because he was with his children. But it was burning for her to say, "What the hell you got going on? I thought we were supposed to be getting married." See, people can spin these lies when they know they are far out the jurisdiction. And you got people that's right near you, they'll lie to you. They can live 2 miles down the street, they'll lie. But a person living all the way in another country, hell yeah, they can lie because he don't think you're getting ready to find out that he's still with his wife. He's still playing happy family. He liked you. He had money to wine and dine you, buy you jewelry. Oh, how about this? The engagement ring that he bought her, he said it was worth $1 million or something. Engagement ring, 500,000 or something. Honey wasn't even worth but $1,000. Her little ring she had. Got that girl thinking she got her $1 million diamond. So I said, well, hell, it must not have been that big because, diamonds, you got to go really big for a high price. The bigger the diamond, the more it's going to cost. So I'm looking at her thinking, well, how big was the diamond? For you to think it was worth $500,000 or $1 million? Enjoying the fantasy of pulling someone in. Exactly. Especially when they are felons and file bankruptcy twice and can't get a real job. Oh, Danielle, are you testifying? Are you testifying before the court? Triple C's. y'all are horrible. Well, I know in my life I've made many mistakes. I've dated the hood guy over and over and over. Not the type of guy I really wanted. You always wanted that guy that was mild-mannered, dressed nice, he was soft-spoken, and that's what Mr. Professional was. I hate to keep talking about him, but he's a prime example of a fraud. He's a prime example of a fraud. And I think God put him in my space because I kept saying, oh, I want that type of guy. I want that type of guy. I want a guy that's different than the average black guy that I've met. And he's not the typical black guy. You understand? He's not the hood guy. He didn't wear sagging pants. He didn't talk slang. He had a real job, drove, decent car, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, Mr. Professional lied about his name, his age, his occupation, and lied about that little baby. And that baby's then got older now. She's over a year old now. She's a year and a half now. Can you believe that? See how time flies? He's just a liar. That's why he never wanted to go anywhere in public. So you have to accept the signs because that's something we as women don't do. We don't accept the signs. He never wanted to go anywhere. That's a sign. Okay? He didn't want to go out in public. That's a sign. There you go. Yes, hood guy on repeat, doing same thing, expecting different results. Cons. Wow. See, they tell us not to judge people because everybody has the opportunity to change. You understand? So I don't want to judge every guy that, wears braids or dreadlocks or once was in the street hustling. He can't change and make himself a better person. Of course he can, but he has to do that. That's not my job. And frankly, I feel like at my age, I'm 55. I don't have that kind of time anymore. I don't have time to wait for you to change. I don't have time for you to grow up. I just don't have that kind of time. And I know that there's a certain person that I still have some bit of feelings for, but he's a person that has a lot of work to do. And I hate to say it, by the time he grows up, I'll probably be 6 feet under. Because I was sitting thinking about it the other day. How many times can a person continuously keep getting in trouble? It's like, what is it that you're trying to do? Self-sabotage. You're telling the universe you don't like yourself. So that tells me that you couldn't like me, you couldn't care for me, you couldn't love me because you don't love yourself. So then I have to tell myself, then what am I attracted to? Why am I attracted to this person? I guess I'm attracted to the history, which doesn't make no damn sense. But these are the mistakes women make, and these are the mistakes that get women hurt. So as I always say, I give advice to young women because older women aren't going to listen. A young woman, I would tell you, go live your life, live your best life. He don't want to do anything with you. He don't want to go anywhere. He don't want to spend money on you. He doesn't know how to talk to you. He has a rude mouth, potty mouth. He's vulgar. He hits, push, shove, criticizes. Turn your back and keep on walking. He stays in trouble with the law. He's always getting arrested. He's always violating probation. Keep on moving. You don't need somebody like that. Who the fuck wants to be talking to somebody today and then days go by, you don't hear from him, and then a month, two goes by, and you realize, oh, he was locked up. He's locked up. That's where can you go with somebody like that? And when you get to a certain age, you shouldn't even be going to jail. Back to back, back to back, back to back, violating this and that, just stupid shit. And it's like, damn, don't you care something about yourself? Why can't you care about yourself to stay your ass out of trouble? But that's really not my place or nobody's place to tell a grown man that. He needs to figure that out. He needs to figure that out. I'm worthy. I want to be free. I want to stay out of jail. I want to stay out the court system. That's a personal decision. And it's just sad. These men, even older men, still refuse to get it together. It's terrible. So at the moment, Queen is single, fancy free. My boyfriend is my new mattress. That is my new boyfriend, that mattress I just got. He don't talk back. He don't say nothing. Quite sad, really. Because at this age, I didn't think I'd be still single. I saw things for myself. Do you understand? Not just with dating, but financially, health-wise. I saw myself in a better place. Well, congratulations. How long have you known him? Danielle, how long have you known him? This guy has a job and no criminal record. You done verified his name. You've seen his ID to know that's his real damn name. Please make sure you get the real name, okay? Oh, 6 months. And you're just not going on a date? You're just not going on a date with him? Facebook. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Look, as y'all love to say, oh, Lord. Well, you know Queen's going to ask you why it's taking you so long to go on a date. I was mixed up with the ex. Okay. I got you. So you've been missing out on somebody that was probably nice, hopefully, live in your area. We have mutual friends. Oh, well, did you ask your friends about him? Perfect. Because you know what? That's a good thing, that there are people who know of him. So I would ask them, what do you know about him? What's his track record? Does he have children? Does he pop off, fly off? What's his temper like? I'd be on them asking questions. My daddy once said that years ago. He said, you need to ask people about a man. Get feedback on what they have to say. And that's good. Because what's scary is when you don't have nobody to ask. Especially you meet that guy that's a loner. Oh, I don't have no friends. I don't got no family. I'm all alone in the world. You're thinking, oh, shit. Hot damn. I always find it a red flag when someone can't be single. Well, once again, it's a choice. Some people aren't ready to settle down. So I respect the person if they tell a woman or man, hey, I'm not the commitment type. At least they're being honest. But I understand there are people who are like that. They jump from relationship to relationship. That's because they don't want to be lonely and alone. But they also have to tell themselves what got me in the place of being single again in the first place. Hello, Angel Eyes. Thank you, sweetheart. Well, I know it's unhealthy. But see, that's your opinion. It's not unhealthy to them. They like what they're doing. They like the jumping from house to house, sofa to sofa, relationship. They know, okay, it don't work out with Susie, I'll go get another one. And that's how a lot of men think. Okay, it ain't working out with her, I'll go pick up another lady and I'll go get tangled up with her and she'll have me move in with her. I tell you why I have a problem are grown men who won't keep a place to stay. You won't go sign a lease. That's the man no woman should want. A man that won't even go get a lease, won't have his own car, can't keep a car. That tells you he's codependent on something and someone. Because I have an associate, that's something he would say, oh, I do for myself, I do shit for myself. And I wanted to say, no, you don't. You've always stayed over at somebody's certain person's home, which is not your home. Recently, you're using their vehicle that you put some money towards or whatever that lie was. When are you going to realize you need to get your own shit? You need to put money down for your own apartment or house and stop this bullshit. Because Queen is sick of listening to the stories. I tell people all the time, I'm a YouTuber. I talk about nonsense all the time. I don't want it to be a part of my life. Because as you see, a lot of TikTokers and YouTubers become true crime stories. Every time you look up, it's a TikToker who's unalived themselves, a YouTuber that's unalived themselves. I'm trying to be on that road. I'm not getting ready to unalive myself, and I'm praying that nobody harms me. But you understand what I'm saying? You can become a story because of the company you keep. And I'm just to the point where I'm just like, I'm tired. I want my own man. I want somebody to like me for me, care for me for me. You understand? I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to be the one doing all the caring, the loving, the supplying this and that, money, drinks, going out to eat. No. Mm-mm. Hello. No. You can't take me out to eat. You can't take me to the movies. You don't want to go travel anywhere. You don't want to do anything. What are we going to do? Just sit in here all the time? I don't want to sit in my apartment with a man. And that's a turn off to me. If I meet a man right now, the first thing he says, where do you live? Can I come over? Hell no. What you want to come over here for? For what? You just met me. Oh, do you drink? And I say, yes. Oh, okay. I'll buy you something. Or you could cook us something to eat. No, I can't cook you nothing. I'm not stirring up shit in that little bitty kitchen. Excuse my language. Queen is real. Do you understand? The way I talk to you all on this network is how I am in real life. Don't come to me with no nonsense. Because Queen is good at block, delete, ignore. I'll step right over you like you lint. I don't have no problem. When I get fed up, pissed off, I remove myself. That's for my own sanity. And I can tell you now, I don't want nobody coming up in here lounging. I don't want you bringing no friends, children, grandchildren, dog, cats. Don't even think about it. Oh, I got a dog. Can I bring it over? Hell no. This apartment building. This ain't a farm. Probably wouldn't be a good potential wife to some because I'm funny about stuff. And when you live alone for a long, long time, you get used to being to yourself and you're selfish. Yes, I'm going to say this on this live. You become selfish to some degree when you are single for a winded time. because I know I'm funny about my things. And although I know these are just things, a sofa, chair, whatever, but they're mine. And I don't want any Tom, Dick, and Harry coming in loafing on my furniture. I don't want any Tom, Dick, and Harry going in my refrigerator. That's right, Charlene, you said it. We are not meant for everyone, and they're not for us. Exactly. Well said. I don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry going to my refrigerator. I don't want people feeling like this is a flop house. Do you understand? Because this is what happens in a lot of Black communities. Men meet women and they take over. They move in quickly, bringing all their dirty ass clothes and nonsense. Now they're bringing their family drama, children drama, legal drama, and a woman hasn't even come up for air to even get to know the man because she's now listening to all this other bullshit. And I don't want that. I always role play. I do it when I talk about true crime. I do it with myself. I tell myself, hello, Brooke. If I met a man today, we built a relationship, we decided to get married, have a house. How would I feel about relatives visiting? How would I feel about relatives moving in? I would have a problem with that because I know how things can get out of control with other people staying in your house. They don't want to pay for nothing. They don't want to pay for electric. They don't want to pay bills. They want to slough off. Now they're bringing other people. So besides me trying to get to know this stranger that I don't know, now he or she is bringing Tom, Dick, Harry, Momo, Pookie. I don't know them either. Now I'm pissed off at 2 or 3 people. Do you see where I'm going? And I know I will pop a lid. You don't clean up after yourself. You're dropping shit. You're breaking shit. That's how shit gets broken. That's how shit gets stolen. And that's also how you get yourself robbed. Because people come in your house and they see a nice house with nice furniture, electronics. Now they're on the take. And now they're going out to the street and they're talking to other people. That's how I think. I thought this way before I started talking about true crime on YouTube. Let me make that clear. I'm just not a trusting ass human being. I do to some degree, but you can best believe my eyes and ears are open. I don't want people coming in and out of my apartment. Oh, good Lord, damn, yeah. What the hell are you talking about? Lord have mercy. Girl, you need to call me on IG. You need to call me on Instagram. My goodness gracious. What the hell you done got yourself into? What you done? What he done? Oh, around your neck. Oh, well, he put his hands on you. But you got some people out here that like company. You see it like y'all say, black, white, whatever. Love people over their house, love cooking for people, love people visit. That's not queen. I don't mind a visit or two, but I don't want to have that kind of life where my door is basically like a revolving door of a department store. Well, be glad he's somebody else's problem. I don't want my house like that. If I lived in a house, I wouldn't want it like that. I don't want it to where the door is unlocked all the time because people are coming and going. That's how people get hurt. You start off with just a you and a him. Then he invites a brother, sister, cousin to come move in. Now here they bring in their boyfriend, girlfriend. That ain't never gonna happen with me. I can tell you that now. And you all know how crazy I talk. And you know I've said it on a live a few months ago. I will take the place down brick by brick before I let you come in and destroy anything of mine. So I have to be careful how I word it on YouTube. But I don't want different people running through my house using the bathroom, because you got to remember, humans use things. They got to use toilet paper. Now they want to wash clothes. They're hungry. They got to eat. Now you're going through my personal stuff. Maybe I'm not home. You want to start going through the bedroom looking for stuff, borrowing shit that don't belong to you. Hell no. That's why you don't start it. I want to enjoy the man's company. We can entertain your relatives every blue moon, but I don't want to look up. They're at my house every day. They now sleeping on my sofa, sleeping in a spare room. Oh, she got a spare room. She don't mind. Hell yeah, I mind. Because I know that once you get in that spare room, that's what you're thinking. Oh, she got space. They keep a clean house. They keep food in the refrigerator. Oh, they don't mind if I stay here. Hell yeah, I mind. I don't give a damn if you're a son, daughter, whoever. Go get your own, because when you're grown, you should want your own. You shouldn't want to be living in somebody else's house. And I would tell you to your face, I don't care. It was my husband's family member. I would tell them, don't you want your own place? You damn right. Spilling a drink on my couch. You said, hello, Lisa. Hello, hello, hello. But that's right. Because people don't respect your things the way you respect them. And one thing I can tell you about some men, some old trifling ass men, a man who ain't had nothing, ain't used to nothing, he ain't gonna respect your house. Because I've met a few, not a whole lot, but I've met a few men, they don't mind spilling shit, ashes, smoking, all that. I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't smoke weed. So I don't want you in here smoking shit. Do you understand? Because I don't want you dropping ashes, soot. Respect me. First of all, you're a visitor. You shouldn't be lighting up nothing in here, no way. It's a non-smoking ass building I'm in. Another one. You want to smoke? Go outside. So if I meet a man right now, he tells me he smokes cigarettes, blunts, cigars, I'll let him know, baby, you're not for me. Because I don't want to smell it. I don't want it in my house. That's the worst thing you can do is be picking up ashes throughout your house. And I'll testify, I did it in the winter. It pissed me off. Ashes from one room to the other. What the hell is this? And then too, now I got new furniture. You know damn well I don't want nobody in here visiting. I don't want you sitting your nasty ass on my furniture. Right now, I'm sitting on the seat for two. I got a towel underneath my bum. I would only sit on my own furniture, bare butt. I sit with a towel because, black folks, we wear lotion, oils. I don't want to get that on my furniture. I'm particular about mine. I paid for it in full. I don't owe a dime. Hell yeah, it's mine. But see, when you're raised a certain way, you carry these ways with you. I'm 55. I'm the same. I don't even like wearing street clothes in the house. If I've been outside and I've been sitting in other type of chairs and stuff, I really don't want to come in here and sit on the furniture or bed in the same clothes. I pull that off and put on me like a little house dress or gown and then sit down. I'm funny like that because you carry germs with you. And people don't think about that. Just like we're talking about this case of Nancy Guthrie and the hairs and all that and transference. You carry stuff with you wherever you go. You pick up stuff when you go to the street. You go to the doctor's office, you're picking up stuff. When you sit your ass down in the doctor's seat, you're picking up stuff. You're carrying it back. You're getting in your car. You go ride public transportation, train, bus. You carrying that shit back from there to your house. That's right. And I changed them tonight too. My bed sheet. Shut your mouth. I don't like germs. And then after that allergy virus I caught months ago where I was really sick and my eyes had stuff coming out. You got to be careful out here. Anything you touch, door handles, all that, you got to be careful. And yes, you get the wrong motherfucker in your house sitting on your furniture and they smell real bad. Now you got to try to pull the covers off to put in the wash, hopefully to get the odor out. See, I don't like doing all that. And that's the same thing too with men. Yeah, I'm going to go there during this live. I said I wanted to get a little juicy. Everybody's hygiene ain't the same, okay? So you got some men who don't got great hygiene. They're musty, stink, their feet stink, and that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like no man with stinky feet. You pull them damn socks off and your feet on fire, I don't want you in my house. And I told somebody that last year, honey, your feet smell. And I'm wrong. And then you want to get in somebody's bed and your feet on fire? What the fuck? Uh-uh. No. Hell no. So now I gotta wash some sheets. And I could have just put the sheets on the bed. See, that's my money. That's my time. Washing sheets, linen, pillows, because you got a bad foot odor. Now, head. You got hair. God forbid you got braids, dreadlocks. Your hair stinks. That's now on my pillowcase. Gotta pray it don't sink through to the pillow. I don't have time for all that. I'm older and I don't want to do nothing extra. This is the reason why I said if I meet a man, I was telling an older neighbor that yesterday. I meet a man, he got to have his own place, his own house. Okay. Shirley, you so crazy. Well, it ain't got to be married. This could be somebody you dating or you meeting, hooking up with, whatever. We all grown. I'm just saying, you need to play the part. You're going to go in somebody's house. You need to be respectful. You need to be clean. Let's say you go into a woman's house, you two are dating, hooking up, whatever. You carry somebody to her house. You don't go to somebody's house funky and then start pulling off your clothes and your shoes and think she ain't getting ready to smell you. I ain't getting ready to come to your house that way. Well, don't come to mine that way. And even if you come in just to chill, talk to me as a neighbor. It don't have to be about dating. It could be just a neighbor. Your ass needs to be clean. Don't think you're ready to come in here and you've been sweating outside all day. You want to sit on my furniture and you've been outside sweating in the heat. Does that make any sense? You're not coming in here. I don't want nobody here. You all know I'm in a new building now. I don't want nobody in this apartment. I had a neighbor knock on the door the other day. Last night, he's like, "Oh, you sleep? Yeah, What's up? Oh, I just want to thank you for that chair you gave me. Okay, have a nice day. Good night." I don't want nobody in here. Hi, darling. How are you? Hi, doctor. That's right. Show a professional. Take a bath. Put some lotion on. Lotion your feet. Lotion your private parts. All of that. You know Queen ain't no joke. I'm the realest on the block. I'm the only YouTuber that can talk about everything. Most YouTubers only talk about one thing on YouTube. Not me. I talk about everything. Because I'm a versatile person. You damn right, feet on fire. Hey, that was the best thing I can come up with. Your damn feet on fire. Similar. Got me talking in tongues, and I ain't never spoken in tongues. Shut your mouth. Damn. You know it's bad when your feet smell. Your feet smell so bad they'll burn a hole through the damn towel. What in the hell? Ooh, shut your mouth, Satan. You ain't coming in here. Shit. I'm just telling you, I am tired of washing sheets and stuff like that because somebody, I like you and we dating and you funking up my house. I don't want to be interested. I can't be interested if you stink. What do we have to talk about? And then you got a bad attitude too and don't know how to talk and conduct yourself. Oh, you done gave me every reason not to want to be bothered with you. Thank you. See you later, Roscoe. I can't stand no stinking ass man. There's only one man I like, and I've told you we've got, not the best history, but he's pretty much a clean guy. You know what I'm saying? He knows not to come over to this address or any address that I've lived. Funky, smelly, sweaty. He know the game. He know Queen, a clean person. And that's what most men like Queen, because they'll tell me. I've had lots of men tell me that they've known me met me, visits me, they say, that's what I like about you. You're always clean. You always look nice. You dress nice. You smell good. Your house smells good. Your bathroom smells good. That's what a man wants. Now, you got some men out here, they'll lay down with old funky old bat. And I know they do because I done seen how some of you women live. And the first thing I said was, how she got a man? She do. Some of these men like old stinky kitty cat, a woman that's nasty, her house nasty, and everything. Shut your mouth. What you say my feet ain't on fire? Woo, you done made my night. Shut your mouth. Hey, and you know Queen gets that foot foul. I found them toes and them feet and them ankles and everything. Heels, honey. Get to the men, they like soft feet. Don't no man want to be with no good. Don't want to be with no good with no crusty knees and ankles and toes. Shut your mouth. Every man has ever been laid up under me under tell you. Queen's so soft, she smells so good. Look at me testifying on this day. She smells so good. As the last one would say. That's what I like about you. You're always changing. You're always changing your hair. I don't know who I'm going to get when I come see you. One day it's black, then it's red. He's like, I don't know you. You always got different hair. You damn right. As they say, you can't grow some, go buy some. Shit. Look good for a man. If never you look good for yourself. But men like a versatile woman. They like a clean lady. She smells good. She changes her hairstyles. That's a turn on to a lot of men. Last they saw you as a brunette. It's a new month. Now you're a blonde. What? Damn, you look good. They like that. Now, I'm not saying go out your way and do things aesthetically that's not pleasing to you. But I'm that type of person. I change hairstyles, all that. That's a turn on for Angela because that's who I am. And the men don't seem to mind. But like I said, as of late, nobody's here, ain't dating nobody, but just speaking in general terms. The one who I do have a little bit of feelings for, he liked that I look different, dress nice, so on and so forth. Thank you so much, honey. I don't understand why a good man ain't snatched you up already. Women like you are far and few. Oh, your heart's a gem. Thank you, honey. Fine jewel. I need to do something with my hair. It was jet black. Then turn a brown color. Now I'm light brown with them gray highlights. Yeah, that happens. I'm pretty open-minded. Just don't lie to me. Okay. Well, you're just going to have to find your pretty hair color. Summer coming, you can find your pretty color. Get your golden brown. Get your golden brown or a red, a pretty red. You see, I'm mixed because my gray's coming through. I'm due for a haircut. I said I'm going to start going every 2 months to get a trim. So I got a coupon for this hair salon. I'm going to go get me a little cheap $10 trim, $9 haircut, give her a little $2 tip and keep it moving. I like the blue black. Oh, yeah. Well, you know I've had it black recently, but I'm going back to the lighter color because that gray black, I don't like the way the black and the gray looks. It don't look good. If I live closer, I will put my bid in. Maybe one day I'm going to stop working soon and live the good life. Oh, so fun. I'm losing hair because I'm on chemo, but it's okay. Okay, B, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, we'll be praying for you, honey. Lord have mercy. See, somebody got problems. Everybody got problems. Lord, you know I love you all. You all made my night tonight. What else can we talk about? Can't get too raunchy. I don't want my video. I want nobody crying to YouTube. Okay, let's go here. Oh, shit. Damn, yeah, please. We ain't supposed to be talking about true crime. Lord mercy. I told you I want to talk about some juicy stuff tonight. Well, before we go there, let's talk about sex. How many of you out there are still in environment? Thank you, sweetheart. How many of you out there are still having sexual activity? Because a lot of my clientele on this channel are over 35. Damn, yes. Oh, Charlene, please stop it. What is that? Girl, if you don't shut up, you know the hell some sex is. Well, I haven't had any in a little bit. There's nothing wrong with healthy sex, you know? We're all grown. 6 years. Whoa, my God, that's a long time. Damn. Well, since I had a hysterectomy, it took my drive completely away. Oh, honey. Sorry to hear. It's nothing like some good sex, good healthy sex. But like I said, you all know how I am. You got them stinky body odors, I'll pass. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I'm not trying to get turned off. I'm not trying to get turned off. What do y'all think of older people having sex? Like 70, 80. I do have a lot of older neighbors. So when I look at them, like I got a neighbor down the hall, she's dating this other neighbor. And the first thing I was thinking of, are they having sex? Wondering. Probably. But I don't like the way he talked to her yesterday when I was downstairs. I was sitting out and she had forgot her key card, because we have to have a key card to get in the building. And he was like, you don't come prepared. And it took everything out of me not to jump up. I wanted to say, motherfucker, you live here too. Where's your key card? She followed in behind you. So why does she need her key card if both of y'all going to the same place? Y'all both going to your car. So she didn't think to need her key card. And she's sickly too because she's got some type of liver cancer or something going on. Well, that really pissed me off. I just didn't like. You said, why whispering? Drop him, neighbor. I'm whispering because she lives on my floor. She lives at the end of the hall. She might be walking by. People can hear you when you're talking, girl. But I'm just saying, a man gonna talk to a woman like that. This woman, 81 years old, you gonna tell her, you didn't prepared? And I thought, y'all just going downstairs to the car. Where's your fucking key card? That pissed me off. But anyway, I'm looking at them too. They're older. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if they're doing anything. Yeah. That's probably why he ain't got no wife. And not to be macabre, but if she's really sickly and God, if she passes away, he'll have to find him somebody new to control. He saw me tonight when I came downstairs and the ladies were sitting out, and I went over to the other table because I wanted to be private to do the last live, and he didn't say nothing. He'll never speak to me. I don't know why he don't speak to me. I don't really care. Like I told the other lady yesterday, I don't care if he don't speak to me because I said it's something about him I don't like. And when I said that, they were walking to the door and he made that nasty comment to his girlfriend. I said, yeah, that's why I don't like him. I got a bad vibe about him. And I think he probably see that in me. People can see things about you. Oh, this ain't somebody I would try. This ain't a woman that would go for my bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? He probably gets a vibe about me like, I don't think I want to run up on her. But it ain't about that. If you're just being neighborly, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, sir? I don't want nothing from you. I really don't want to talk to you now after I've seen the way you talk to your girlfriend. Oh, heathen. I'm 48 and learned my lesson. It's not worth it. 18 years of child support and arguing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, my sister-in-law was CNA at a nursing home, and she told us some of them residents get down in there. She has seen it herself. KB, you're so funny. Well, let me say this. I'm just poking fun just to make conversation. We are all human. And I'm not going to sit here and think that an elderly person has stopped desiring sex. You hear a lot of old people saying that, I don't want no man, I don't want no one. That's bullshit. You get an old man, 80 years old, he still wants a little something, even if he can't get up. If he can touch it, he all right. Do you understand? We're human. We're of the flesh. And if you can still perform, naturally you would desire sex at 70, 80 years old. You see these older men still walking around with these women, younger women, you know they're doing something. And I'm going to leave that right there. Katie said, what you say? If they want it, let them have it. You got that right. I'm not scared. Trust me. I just been trying to do better. Okay, well, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, you know how you just look at older people, you wonder, if they're dating, married, are they still having relations? And I think it's nice if they can do something. We understand that as you get older, body parts don't function, drives aren't the same as when younger. But you got some men, hell, still making babies. And I know some of these black men, I don't know what kind of sperm they got, but it's like electric. They still making damn babies. Old ass men. Oh my God. I had a man 10 years older, Energizer Bunny. Damn, yeah. Oh, 50. Yeah, because 50 is not old. How old are you, girl? How old are you? Oh, 50, he just getting in good. I almost said something, but I don't want to be derogatory. 37. Okay. The 50's not bad. I tend to like the younger men myself. I attract younger men. Matter of fact, I attract all kinds of men, and I attract younger men. And I will admit, Queen is getting older. She's got a little more aches and pains now. I don't want nobody too older. He can't do nothing. We gonna have some problems. Both of us come talk about our knees and back. That ain't gonna work. Queen, hand me the Bengay. Okay, Arthur, here you go, baby. Then next thing you know, he want me to rub it on his kneecaps and his neck and all that shit. I been and fell asleep here. I done told you, Queen ain't trying to do all that work. What you say? It was limp. Wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute. I had a 43-year-old that was limp and a disappointment. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that in the live stream. I'm getting old and I'm 48 now, but in good health so far. Well, that's good. I think it was the excessive drinking and drug use. Hell yeah. You didn't know that? Heart disease, diabetes, drinking will affect the penis. For those of you who did not know that in the chat. So be prepared. Mine works just fine like it was 20. Shut your mouth. Damn, 11. Oh, excuse me. But I'm saying, when a man has health problems, it will affect his boyfriend, okay, his downtown friend. I've heard it with men who were diabetic, men who had heart problems, high blood pressure, heart disease. They had problems getting up. Most definitely. Most definitely. And also drinking. Yes. You drink, 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 drink. That bad boy don't get up. I don't drink or do any drugs. Never have. Maybe that's why. Oh, you know what? 11, please stop. Y'all ain't getting ready to worry me in this chat. But that'd be a terrible thing to be excited and get down to the get down, and then it won't get up, and you just excited and you looking like, and then actually, these men, they want you to work with it. Excuse my language. And you're sitting here like, now look, you're not paying me for all these services. I ain't come to be doing all this extra stuff. Your friend needs to get up or do something. Excuse my language. The blue pill. Oh, Lisa, please. My friend's husband drinks accessory and she says Viagra don't even help. It probably won't. Lisa, shut your mouth. I'm trying to be respectful in this chat. Work with it. Well, I'm just saying it's only so much working you can do. I haven't even had a beer in over 20 years. And probably only had 10 beers my entire life. Okay. Shirley said, quit the drink. I don't want to work like it's a job. Just yes, eventually that won't even work. Lisa said, game on. That's my point. You're right. Ain't nobody want to be doing all that. I'm trying to be respectful without saying certain things, but you understand. Angela got arthritis, so we're going to keep it real. You use your imagination why I said that. I got arthur. I got arthur, carpal tunnel, fibromyalgia. I got a thyroid condition. Do I need to say anything else to you? I can't be doing all this. You better get it together when you come to this house. Shut your mouth. Or I'm going to be asleep or watching true crime. I ain't got time for all that. Pulling and tugging and stuff. I ain't got time for all that nonsense. It's a wrap. I'm too old. I can't. I'm not a young woman anymore. It's not saying I couldn't push myself, but I don't want a man. I got to be doing all that extra. And I get it. It's not maybe his fault. He might have some health issues and he really want to do something, but he can't get his friend up. Best he talk to Bob before he get here. You better talk to Bob before you come to this address. You all are so funny. Pull it. Lisa. Shut your mouth. Pull it into you. I said I'm trying to be respectful. I know some of the people that follow me, new subscribers, are going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know this is what I subscribe to. Read the byline on the channel. I tell you, this is not a one-stop shop channel. We talk about everything. I don't know. Well, let's go here. And this may be a subject some of you don't want to talk about. If you don't, we can pass it. How do you feel about porn? Watching porn. Well, your boyfriend, he gonna do that. Well, you gonna tell you can't tell your boyfriend when to jump up. He got a mind too. He might see something he like. Woo, she pretty. He gets up. As that song say, you gotta get on up, child. Hell, he said, I like her. Uh, I, I never cared for it. It don't do anything for me. Okay. I do know that, some people do still watch pornography. Now, we know that it can be very unhealthy because a man or even a woman, you watch too much of that, you're now wanting the people you engage with to act out these fantasies, roles, and they won't meet your expectations. Do you understand? Because that's somebody else doing those things in the videos. So you may get beside yourself wanting this person to do this, do this, do this, do this, acrobats and shit. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. Seeing someone else do it don't help me none. Okay. I think you can't relate to a person when you watch too much porn. And when that becomes your all in all, for whatever reason you're engaging in watching porn, and when I mean watching it, I mean watching it all the time. Like you're watching it several times a day. Okay, that's probably not normal. You are not. You're going to have some unreasonable expectations when you actually get with a woman or man. You're going to probably want to watch it in order to engage. To me, that's a turn off. I had this guy many moons ago, long, long time ago. He always wanted to watch the porn before doing something, which I thought was strange. Like, why did we need to watch this? I'm being very candid, so excuse me. I thought, why do we need to watch this to do it? He was virile. He was beautiful. Do you understand what I'm saying? This man was beautiful. Okay. Shirley going, where's she going? Oh, okay, Katie. I don't want to touch something on this phone. Thing. Oh, okay. What I'm saying is, you engage in pornography excessively, you are not going to be able to engage with another human because you're only seeing what's on the video. You're not really even thinking about the person that you're with because you're wanting this person to do everything that this woman or whatever man's doing in the video, and this happens with a lot of men. The fantasy gets out of control, and they can't treat a woman, as a human. She's really more like an object, and a lot of men are like that. The fact that they need to watch porn with you to have sex. That's just to me not normal. You have a working organ, it gets up. There's really no need for you to need to be watching pornography. I don't get that. Well, it won't be enough. That's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't make any sense that you have a working organ and you have a whole human with you in the bed. Why do you need to watch porn? That just doesn't make any sense to me. You should be able to look at that person, touch them, rub them, whatever. She does the same back to you, and then you engage. Why do you need to put in a video? That don't make any sense to me. But anyway, long story short, I knew a guy like that, and I never could understand that because I thought, oh my gosh, here's this nice looking guy. He's got a nice organ. It was purty, honey. And I was thinking to myself, why do you need to turn this on? This don't make no sense. It's very weird. Damn, yeah, it's never as good as the first time. They continue on the more deviant. Oh, really? You think that? Like more deviant videos? Wow. Well, this guy never went to any deviant videos. I would tell it like I don't like it. We just watched it fail. I don't watch it. I seen a few when I was 20. Didn't care. Okay, they will never be satisfied. Yeah, that's a good point. And that's my point I'm making. That he probably won't. If he watches it a lot and then he finally engages in sexual relations with a woman, I said he's wanting a woman to act out what he's seeing in the videos and want you to sit like this and put your leg over here and do all that. And it's like, okay, now you're giving me instructions from a video. A woman should be turned off at that point. Like, well, you might need to just continue watching the porn and I'll remove myself from the equation. All right. Open relationships. How do you feel about open relationships? You like this guy, he likes you. You have a good relationship, but one of you decide you want to see somebody else. Absolutely, I majored in psychiatry. Yes, I had to study how people become sexual deviants. Okay, oxymoron. Bye. Shirley, you so funny. Girl, you know you're a trip. You said no. You don't want your man dating another woman. All right, how about now we want the woman or man to come into the bedroom? We want a menage a trois, or the person don't want to participate, but they'll watch. I don't think I could do that. I don't want to do the menage a trois, and I don't want my man telling me he wants to be with another woman, open relationship. He wants to bring her into the bedroom. I'm not going to watch that because one of you will probably end up with a broke neck. That's not going to work. I think we would have a problem. What we say, there'll be some smoke in the city. Shut your mouth. There'll be some smoke in the city. Just this one time, just this one time, Queen. Hell no. I'm not going to watch you have sex with another woman. I'm not going to have sex with her. You ain't going to have sex with both of us. No. And let me tell you something. To me, that's a man basically saying he wants to mess around with other women. There's no other way to look at that. You want to say, oh, I just thought maybe we try to spice up the relationship. There are other ways of spicing up a relationship, a sexual relationship. I don't think bringing another partner into your bedroom is going to spice it up. Maybe you think that, but I don't think it's going to turn out that way. What you say your foundation don't match your neck, girl? You a fool. You are a fool. I just don't think it's going to work out because I think somebody's going to become jealous. Somebody's going to eventually stop engaging in the relationship. And then the one person's going to wonder, well, where is he, she? They don't want to have sex anymore. They won't be touching them. That's because they're getting it from somewhere else. It ain't going to work. That is not going to work. Undermining. But people do it though. Women go along with it a lot. Usually it's the man that wants another partner in the bedroom. And the women, sadly, they go along with it. I knew of a man who wanted an extra partner in the bedroom with the woman, and I was just like, "Why?" He's just like, "I like it. I want two women." I thought you just a whore. That's your problem. You just love kitty cat, and you want your woman to like another woman. And he said that he wants to be with a woman that is attracted to women. But you should know, as I just said, that's going to eventually cause a problem unless you got two highly, I don't know the word that I'm using, two women who just aren't going to have a problem with you messing around, possibly being attracted at some point to this other person. Because I don't think you're just going to get some any random ass woman to bring to your bedroom with your woman. You're going to bring somebody that you're actually attracted to. Be a problem. Because one day you might start doing it without both of them. Your mind is telling you, oh, I like it with two. But she starts calling you, you start calling her. And now you're not doing it with the main woman, the wife. Maybe I'm old fashioned. That don't even sound good to me. Well, honey, we live in different times now. People are into everything, honey. We're into people are into everything. Look, I was saying we into everything. People are just into everything. Trust issues, the worst. Yeah, because I've heard the stories. You do the menage a trois. The next thing you know, the outside party is with the boyfriend, husband, more than the girlfriend, wife. And now the wife, whomever, she's wondering what the hell's going on. Well, you invited somebody else into your bedroom. That's what's going on. I watched a documentary about this years ago. And eventually the husband, he stopped being with the wife. He was wrapped up with the other lady. And then he wanted out. He wanted out of his marriage. How can you watch someone you love be with someone else? I'm going to jail if I seen that. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you got these people popping out when they hear that somebody's cheating. They want to blow up everything. So that's what I'm saying. You got people who have different temperaments. They are, to me, that's somebody to me numb. You are numb inside. The fact that you can go out here, pick another person to bring in a bedroom with you and your spouse relationship, that's to me telling me that you're numb. And this person who likes his behavior, to me, he's numb. He's numb up here because I listen to his conversations about other things. And he's the type, oh, I don't care about what's going on over here, what's going on over there. As long as it ain't affecting my family, blah, blah, blah. I could care less. So he's letting me know he's very numb inside. So it ain't just with the menage a trois. He has a bad attitude about life in general. He's that type of person. There's a fire across the street. He don't really care about the people in the fire. So long as it ain't his daughter, his kids, his grandkids. See where I'm going? That's dangerous. A person like that's very dangerous. How about this? We're going to switch it. How do you all feel about gay couples adopting children? If you want to be with someone else, tell me and let me choose if I still want to be with you. No need to be sneaky. Yes, of course. You said no. You don't think homosexuals should be able to adopt children? Tell me why. Danielle says that's not my business. Lisa says no, no, and no. So I got two no's. Okay. So you agree with it. Okay. Now, how would you teach them about God when the good book says a man and a woman, men and women? Well, I find interesting is you being a priest, trying to be a priest or a pastor, but you're gay. I don't know how that's going to work. As long as everything is consensual and healthy. What are you talking about, damn? Yeah, we're talking about gay people adopting kids. Girl, what you talking about? Because the children will be indoctrinated by two men or two women. Okay. So basically, I got two saying no. Sex change for children. Do you agree with parents taking their child to the doctor to get a reassignment of their sex. Biologically, some people aren't wired to want the opposite sex. I guess so. Priests are going ahead. They are mostly okay. Not before late 20s. Okay. Well, here in Tennessee, there's a bill been passed. You're not allowed to do anything to alter a child's sex under the age of 18, which I do agree with. I don't think you should be taking your child to get hormone pills or reassignment of the sex, because we have seen a lot of males who went and got the surgery done as adults. They regretted it. It's because it's not natural. You're getting your penis reconstructed to the shape of a vagina, allegedly, and thinking it's going to work like a vagina. It can't work like a vagina because it's not a vagina. There's no way for it to work like that. So this is why the men realize this ain't working. I have gone under the knife, got my stuff redone, and it ain't working. No feeling, no nothing. And that's just like any surgery. You get a surgery, there will be some numbness in the area where you were operated on. You may never get feeling back. Imagine going downtown, getting your penis reconstructed, you start healing, but you don't feel nothing down there. Number two, the wound won't heal. You got to think about all those things when allowing someone to cut you downtown. That's not like other places that you got to have work done on. Viable surgery. Reassignment of the sex is not viable. That's a choice. That's something you want done. So you're going to go get it done and then look up one day and realize, oh, I've made a mistake. This wound won't heal. I don't have any feeling downtown. I don't feel anything. Dear God, what have I done? The surgery should be illegal, okay? Sex change issues. What shootings? What shootings you talking about, girl? I was looking at a video clip of Cher's son. She was a she once, but now she's a he. And she just got married or married some woman. The woman is dark hair, kind of like, like his mom. And I thought, I'm confused. You're walking around with a beard, more weight on, but I'm assuming you still have a vagina down there, because it's really hard to make a vagina into a penis. You got to have a whole lot of flesh downtown to make a vagina into a penis. And then you're marrying a woman who I think she's a full woman. I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe I'm not confused. I don't know. Well, that's right. She's a woman. And you're biologically a woman. And you're desiring a woman. Okay, that makes sense. You with a pretty woman. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm getting tired. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. What are they going to say on Judgment Day? Tell Jesus he made a mistake when he is righteous man? You start messing with a young person's hormones, it's not good. Yes, they have more infections throughout life without it ever working properly. See, that's what I'm saying. It's that with any surgery, there can be a risk, complication, infection. So you're talking about taking a man's penis and the scrotum, cutting it, redesigning it to mimic a vagina. You cannot expect that to work because it was not made like a vagina in the first place. It was a penis. So hell yeah, there'll be problems. I don't know why any person would think that is going to operate like a vagina. That's crazy to me. Right, very well said. And it's not reversible. Now imagine going to the doctor saying, that's a good one. I want my penis back. Can you give me my penis and my scrotum back, please? But you understand what I'm saying? Hey, doctor, I'm having problems down there. Can you give me my penis back? Can we go back in and reconnect? Shit like Connect Four. Can you reconnect my penis and my scrotum? No, because I've cut and diced and sorry, I can't do nothing for you. That's why you don't play with Mother Nature like that. I don't care what anybody says, that's just cruel. Have you ever seen the surgery? When you get off this live stream, you want something interesting to watch, I advise you to go watch a YouTube video of the surgery being performed. It would take a grown man down to his knees. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I watched the surgery many years on YouTube, and I thought I was going to pass out. I could not believe I was actually watching what I was watching. The fact that this man had a whole penis and scrotum, and it was reconfigured to mimic a vagina. And let me tell you, once that bad boy was done, that was not no vagina. Do you know what it looks like? Two sausages pushed together. I guess your insurance. My advice is don't do it. Well, that's what it looked like. Not trying to be disrespectful, but that's what it looked like, was two sausages. Because you got to remember, a man, especially if he's well endowed, there's a lot of flesh down there. So they're trying to mimic that bad boy to look like a girlfriend. And when I saw the final result, that's what it looked like to me. Now, maybe another man's surgery would look different, but the one I saw just looked like two big old sausages stuck together. And I didn't think of a vagina when I saw the end result. No bacon and eggs for him or her. Oh, please stop. You all are horrible. Honey, let me tell you something. After you get that surgery done and you got a hand mirror and looked at yourself, you won't think about eating no bacon, eggs, or nothing else. But see, that's what happens up here. The mind plays tricks on you. Your mind tells you all types of crazy things to do. I want to be a woman. I want to be a woman. I want to be a woman. Okay, I got the money. Pay the surgeon. Then he does what he does. You get the hand mirror. You look down there and you're not happy. Then you're not feeling good. Then you've got incisions opening up. Then you can't urinate. A lot can go wrong with those surgeries. So now you're depressed because what you thought you were going to get, it ain't working out. This ultimate fantasy of being a woman has not come to fruition. What you got now are new problems downtown. And you know you need to be able to urinate. So once you had a penis that you could urinate out of, well, you ain't got that now. That's just too much. Oh, Danielle, please. I am keeping mine. I've had him 48 years. I don't want it to be a woman. I want a woman in my life. I got you. Rice, eggs, and tomatoes was I cook. Oh my God, you all are. What am I do with this group? No, but I'm just saying, any young person considering the surgery, I would just advise you don't do it. If you want to dress up in women's clothing, or the female wants to dress up in men's clothing, you want it, lady, you want to get hormones. I'm just saying there's a risk with everything. Yeah, she talking about rice, eggs, and tomatoes was I cook. Don't know what that's about. But seriously, I don't recommend the surgery. And I don't recommend a parent trying to get the surgery for their child. Let your child become an adult and let him or her decide what he or she wants to do. And like I said, you don't hear of many women getting it done because the vagina is just not equipped to mimic a penis in any way because there's just not enough flesh down there, you know what I'm saying, to mimic a penis. But I'm sure there's a female who would definitely try to maybe ask for artificial parts to be put in to make it look like a penis, but that's crazy as hell. I would tell them to get a good relationship with Jesus and ask him to take the feelings away and make you stay the way you were born. Well, I'm sure some may have tried that, but they're attracted to the same sex. This has been a very interesting live. They build it from skin grafts. Well, but how much skin do you want taken off, Lisa? I mean, I got a lot of skin too, but you'd have to be going in there getting fat and everything out to make a penis for a vagina. I don't think about it. Before we go, somebody mentioned the Nancy Guthrie, so we'll talk about that. Then I'll check out of here. Thank you for your time. 1 hour and 41 minutes into this live. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. Where do you see this Nancy Guthrie case going? I hate to put it in with the topics we've been talking about, but I hear the rain. It's raining outside. Do you see this case coming to a conclusion? Oh, from the both arms and the mouth. My mouth? Why would I want skin from my mouth? Your mouth, girl, girl, you crazy. Inside of the mouth? Who would take skin from inside of the mouth? Do you know how painful that would be? You know how it is when you eat something hot and all. I've had my lips swollen and everything recently from something bit my lip or something. It swells up. I think it's because of my thyroid. It's very sensitive. So that don't make no sense to me. Do you all see this case coming to a conclusion? Okay. With the Nancy Guthrie case, before I check out of here, do you see this case coming to a conclusion? The David case, do you see it coming to a conclusion? I put up some polls tonight asking you about David. Number one, I asked you, do you think he should get a bond? Yeah, I always bite my lips. Don't even know I've bitten them, and then my lips are swollen up really bad. It's really weird. I think I've got some type of nervous tick or something going on because I'm always biting inside of my mouth and my lips. It's real strange. Number one, should David get a bond? Does the district attorney have enough evidence against him to bring forward a charge? What should the charge be? First degree, second degree, aggravated murder, manslaughter, abuse of a corpse. What should the charge be against David Burke? Should he get a bond? Take the polls on my community page. Okay. No, I don't see it ending or being solved, sadly. Okay. So you don't see Nancy Guthrie's case? Okay, that's fine. And Lisa says she hasn't checked it out. Gosh, Lisa, I can't believe that. None? Well, David has been arrested in connection to Celeste Rivas Hernandez homicide. On Monday, the state will bring forward a formal charge or not. He's being held in jail without a bond. Take the polls on my community page if you think he should bond or not. and also answer what type of charge he should get. We already know abuse, of course, because there's no way he's going to tell us he didn't know she was in his car. That's your car. You own the car. No way I'm going to believe you didn't have an app on your phone connected to the car. See, you got to think about all that stuff. We're in a modern day. That phone should have had an app connected to that Tesla. So you want me to believe you had a whole car, didn't know where it was, we had not heard that you filed a stolen report on the car. Now all of a sudden they mention that his representatives, since he's gotten arrested, oh, it was stolen. But did you report it stolen? I don't think so. Hairs found at Nancy Guthrie's home being tested by the FBI. Evidence from her house is being tested in five labs. Don't know all of the name of the labs and where they're located, but the main one was in Florida. That evidence now is being shifted over to the FBI. FBI should have been involved in the first place. And yes, the mat at the front door should have been taken up, still in the same place. Have they pressure washed the porch with the blood? The family. Who wants to step over blood from a person that's missing and possibly deceased? Who's going to live in the house? Whose name is the house in? Who's going to take care of the house? Who's going to pay the taxes? Lots of questions. Whose hairs are those? Where were they found? Bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, living room, den, red hair, long hair, short hair, black hair, blonde hair, colored hair, fake hair, wig. What are we talking about? Lots of questions. He should get the death penalty. If you take a life, you should lose yours. Well, he may face it because this is a child. She was dismembered. Those are all special circumstances. But that's what I've asked about that case. Do they have proof he unalived her? Because his lawyers are saying they don't have proof. So what proof does the district attorney have against David Burke? Nancy Guthrie, whose hairs are those? What color are they? What's the length? Underarm hair, pubic hair, head hair, eyebrows, eyelashes. What are we talking? Lots of questions. I think they messed the case up by releasing the scene and not doing a thorough gathering of evidence the first time, sadly. Yes, and that has been the complaint by many people. You went in too soon and locked it up. Released it rather. And then having to go back, people have trampled through. So who the hell knows? It could be hair from investigators, crime scene analysts. And that's going to be the same if the hair belongs to people who are working the case. She's in your car is proof enough for me. I ain't got no alive people in my vehicles. Anybody else? Very true. The thing is, that's your car. You're living in a mansion. You're not even from California. You're there to do your music. Your car is around the corner. A dead person's in it, chopped up. We've heard nothing about you calling to report the car missing, stolen, and now all of a sudden you get arrested. That's what we hear. Do the math. You have been on live videos with this girl. You probably have pictures with this girl. We've seen them. People have taken screenshots of the live streams. There's not much leeway to talk your having a connection to this child. She's told people about you. She mentioned your name. Family members, school members know. Teachers knew. So how many other Davids are there? Now, there's another Celeste walking around, pretty, long hair, dark, curly. I find that interesting. So it's almost like he was picking somebody else to maybe replace her. But this girl's older. She's not a child. So then I have to ask that question. This other Celeste, did he know her first or did he meet her after he met the younger Celeste Rivas? Talking about the Nancy case, I'm getting confused. Damn you, good night. So crazy. What are you getting confused about, girl? You said I'm so sus. What, suspicious? Of who, David? You said I'm listening from the streets. Who are you suspicious about? He has a song about unaliving a young female. Right. And that's another thing. Somebody just put up an article tonight. Should those videos, music be allowed in testimony? Well, they will be allowed. What are the odds you're making video and music? Of course, they said that song came before he unalived her, but the videos and all that, I think were afterwards, if I'm not mistaken. It's just going to be very hard to say what are the odds a young girl in the video, dark hair, curly hair, is being unalived, put in a trunk. You're writing about this crazy nonsense. Whether you wrote the song before you met her. The point is, he probably already had been messing around with the little girl before it was known to everybody else, because they're suspecting he met her at maybe 11 or 12. So that'd been right around the time he wrote the song, okay? Big of a coincidence. And as we have learned with law enforcement, FBI, there are no coincidences. We know in the real world are. But for him, songs, videos, dead person in your trunk, you have pictures with her, she's talked about you. Allegedly, you've been out there to where she lived, picking her up. Prove that you didn't know her. Prove that the videos, the live stream with her, that's AI. Prove it. And guess what? Now that he's been arrested, it's no telling what's in his phone. Who he's been talking to, texting, notes he's taken and put in his phone. He probably has something incriminating in his phone. He probably has several phones and devices. You saw the picture of his kitchen. It looked a mess. I mean, you looked at the counter, you're looking at like, okay, oh, he's young. Maybe he don't like to clean up, but why do you have his food and stuff out on your countertop? So we know that he's not a neat freak. I don't. Right. And all the stuff Steve found, the burn cage, all of that was shipped in another name, alias. It's just all suspicious. Yeah, because you have to remember something. A person is singing and writing about mischief and mayhem. Wants to keep something from that event. So I don't doubt that David took pictures of Celeste after death. He took pictures of dismembering her. He took pictures of her in the cadaver bag. He took pictures. Exactly. Young people love to take pictures, but a sadist most definitely would want memorabilia. And what's going to be even more sad is that other people have knowledge of what happened to her and possibly helped. His parents, I think there's something wrong with them. When the house had that SWAT call months ago, they were just nonchalant. They were trying to shoo the police away when the police showed up for that SWAT call that night. And they were like, hey, we're trying to talk to you. I think there's something wrong with his family. I think possibly he's been abused as a child, either sexually, mentally, physically. The fact that they were homeschooling him and he only learned through the internet, that's suspicious. He tells that in an interview. That's all he knows is the internet. He grew up on the internet. If you're homeschooling a kid, why would the internet be his only sole entertainment? That doesn't make any sense. I think there's a reason they moved from New York. I think something happened in New York. Something may have happened in the school system. Something went on with these people in New York. Queen is woke. Something happened out there. I agree. He would use some of the pictures for future videos, I bet. The parents should be charged. Well, what can you charge the parents with? They live in Texas. You got to prove they have knowledge or participate in the unaliving of this young girl. Do you all believe he had help? Do you believe somebody else helped him unalive this girl? Some people still keep talking about overdose and all that. I don't think about stuff like that because we don't have any proof that she used drugs. We don't even have proof that he used drugs. I do believe he's homosexual. I think he likes men. And I think he also likes children. I think David is effed up. He's dark. He's attracted to the darkness. And it's shameful to be that young and attracted to the macabre. Okay? Now, I like watching scary movies, things like that. But that's about as far as I'm taking it. I don't need to pick up dead carcasses off the side of the highway, examine them to see what they look like. I'm not bringing them home. I'm not trying to find people out here to unalive and see what their inside of their bodies look like. I'm not talking about unaliving people and torturing them every day. Yes, I talk about true crime, but there's a fine line of how far I go in my commentary. I can't remember Danielle. Well, I would assume they had to go because it's against the law not to go. He said he liked darkness and morbid things in the interview. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. And I'd watch maybe 2, 3 of his videos on YouTube, and I stopped because I wasn't trying to give him any money views for watching his content. I just wanted to see for myself what he was singing about, and I didn't like what I saw. So some people can judge it differently, just like the shit with Annie and Tommaso. Oh, it ain't no big deal. She likes to write dark poetry, blah, blah, blah. But it still comes from somewhere. You know, it's just like watching true crime and murder mysteries. People can still say it's something wrong with some of us to be enjoying this stuff and watching it. Why are we engaging in this? Curiosity. Well, you know what happened to the cat who was curious. And I see this a lot with people who do what I'm doing. You immerse yourself in this true crime, and then one day you look up, you are a true crime story. And I think about that all the time because I keep seeing people on TV who like true crime, murder mysteries. Now they're dead. Just saying. That you can invite trouble into your orbit by the content you imbibe yourself with. And I know a lot of people may not think like that. Oh my God, Queen, she don't write no poetry. I ever heard of the box, the box, the box. You wear a glove with the box. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. That was one of her poems. You're so sick. Some YouTube have been subpoenaed as well, possibly. But I'm just saying, you know, when you have let the macabre become your total existence, that you're not doing anything but talking about it, singing about it, just like in his case, a girl ends up dead in a trunk like his videos. Come on now. I'm supposed to believe, oh, somebody did that, somebody set him up. No. No. That's one of her poems. You read it to us. The Weeknd did it right. What you mean the Weeknd did it right? And money to indulge and hide. That too. Haven't you noticed those are usually the people who get into macabre things? They're well off, they have money, they have resources, right, to go underground, to hide. I think he's going to be a very miserable person if he can't get a bond. I will see him unaliving himself. I don't think he's ready for prison life unless he's looking for some people to recruit to the dark side. But he's going into a place where they're bigger and they're badder. You understand what I'm saying? And crazier. He's just a little toad on a lily pad. He ain't ready for the big boys. But the fact that I think he likes men, he'll fit right on in. Great point. He's already miserable. Exactly. But I'm saying miserable as far as he can't come and go. He can't eat what he wants. He can't manipulate any children. he won't have any freedom. So will David get a bond? Number one. What will the charge be on Monday? Or will they even charge him? Should the police have arrested him without the DA bringing forward a charge? That's what the hottest topic is. And Nancy Guthrie, will these hairs lead to an arrest? Is the person already locked up? I've asked that question. Do they have a criminal record, sexual assault record, violence? How many people involved? 1, 2, 3. Is her family involved? Ask all the questions. Oh, he tried to copy The Weeknd. I see what you're saying. But he is truly evil, in my opinion. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. I think David is a tortured soul. I think he has been hurt as a child because usually these fantasies, dreams, act out sessions come from being mistreated or coming into some type of negativity as a kid. Oh my gosh. Lisa, please. Booty bandits. Fresh meat. He's fresh meat. Well, you hear this all the time with sadists. They've been introduced to porn. They were touched, RAPE. They were doing it with other children. Other children were sexually assaulting them. Adults, family members, neighbors, strangers, coaches, priests, so on and so forth. And you're also changing the, what's the word I'm looking for? The biometrics of a person. You're talking about taking a straight boy who's growing up liking little girls, playing with boy toys. Now you're touching him and doing sexual things with him. Now he's attracted to boys, men. Maybe he would not have been had he not been touched, sexually assaulted. And I think a lot of people don't think about that. Might try to hide it for years. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be attracted to boys. I want to be attracted to men. But then he can't help himself. So then he grows up liking men. God forbid, messing with children. May have never had these thoughts had nobody violated. So people need to think about that. Excuse me. When you are out here messing with these people, children, you are tainting their mindset. Because even Dr. Phil says he believes that children identities are formed as small children. Now, it's not saying that you can't change your ideology throughout life, but what happens to you as a kid usually follows you down the road. This is the very reason why a lot of us, we're jacked up as hell. We've got our crazy ways of thinking, maneuvering, because of how we were treated, how we were taught, how we were raised as kids. We're still carrying those things with us today. Some of us are not carrying some of those things and ways. It's just like religion. You grow up maybe Baptist, you still believe in Baptist. You grow up Catholic, you still believe Catholic. As for me, I grew up Catholic, but I'm a Baptist. I grew up in Chicago. I was attending private school, but when I moved to the South, my grandparents were Baptists. So I conformed to Baptists. I knew a guy, and he's over 50 and he's still struggling with his sexuality. Wow. See, that's scary. This is why people need to leave children alone. Don't touch them. Don't do nothing to them. Let these kids live. Let them live their best life. You have no business touching a kid. And that's what I'm going to sign off on. Leave the children alone. All right, everybody, I'm over 2 hours. I'm going to check out of here. I enjoyed this live. I'll try to come on tomorrow. We'll chop it up and talk about something else. Maybe I'll talk about our fascination with true crime. Why are we watching this stuff? Why are we talking about it? Why are we watching these documentaries? Why do we watch horror movies? Why are we obsessed with serial killers, true crime, whodunits? Why are we? Because I've been asking myself that lately. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this live. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Lisa, for modding. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please check out Spotlight. It's about the priests and the Catholic Church in Boston, Massachusetts, who are covering up the abuse of children. Very good movie. I think I watched it on either Tubi or Fandango. So check it out. It's free. Have a great weekend, everybody. Once again, if you want to donate to this channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Wishing everyone happiness, prosperity, peace, love, and joy. And once again, if you see something, say something. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Mind the children because they are our future. Thank you so much. You've been listening to the Vault Excel. Thanks.